Hi, Khaos here again with another real life deck profile, and this time I'm showing my update Lunalight deck. Of course, Lunalight Tiger got banned recently because of Lunalight engine being abused in other strategies. But of course, this is at a pure Lunalight fusion build, of course, that focuses on going second and auto-killing your opponent. So I guess let's go over this deck. Of course, first I use, first the monsters, of course, triple Lunalight Blue Cat. It's a very necessary card for this version because of the fact that if this card is present, you can double your Lunalight monster's attack. So if someone out something like Leo Dancer, you can double its attack to 7,000 attack, which can attack twice and destroy your opponent's monsters, which is pretty much game on its own. And also it has a floating ability as well, which can be useful sometimes, I guess. Then of course I use triple Lunalight Kaleido Chick. Of course you know how amazing this card is. It was abused in the other Lunalight deck as well, that didn't focus on fusion summoning, but of the fact that its ability sends to the graveyard as a cost, and which is definitely really amazing because it can't be stopped. If you fusion summon with this card, you can get that polymerization back to your hand. So, and also if it's banished, your opponent cannot activate card effects in the battle phase, which is really good as well. And of course, the first effect is very obvious. You send anything from the deck or deck to the graveyard, Lunalight monster, and then this card's name becomes that monster's name, so it's very good to summon out your Leo Dancer. Then of course I use triple Lunalight Yellow Marten. Really good as well, of course, because if this card is sent to graveyard for a card effect, you can search for any Lunalight spell or tap from the deck. It's definitely really good to search out something like Lunalight Fusion, for example, and also if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can put a Lunalight card you control back to your hand, and then you can summon this card from the graveyard. That definitely is really good for some rank 4 plays, for example. Then of course I use triple Lunalight Emerald Bird. With this card, if you normal Spellsomite, you can send any Lunalight card from the hand to the graveyard, and then you can draw one card. And also if this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can Spellsummon a level 4 lower Lunalight from the graveyard. That's definitely really good. It's another extender. Then I use one Lunalight Crimson's Fox, which works very well with your other fusion monster, other than Leo Dancer. Because obviously if it's sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can put on one of your opponent's attack points to 0 pretty much, so that's definitely really good. Then I use one Lunalight Purple Butterfly. You can send this card from the hand or field to graveyard. Then your Lunalight monster can throw the attack, and thus you can banish it from the graveyard to summon a Lunalight from the hand. So you have like something like a Blue Cat in your hand. Then you can, if it's in the graveyard, you can summon it with this card. Then I use triple Lunalight Black Sheep. Really amazing as well because it can search your polymerization from the deck, and also if it's sent to the graveyard as a fusion material, you can add a Lunalight monster from the graveyard back to your hand, or even from the deck as well. Then I use two Lunalight White Rabbit. It's definitely pretty good because obviously if this card is normal summon, you can summon a Lunalight from the graveyard, and also you can bounce spells and traps your opponent controls to the hand equal to the amount of or up to the number of Lunalight cards you control. So definitely really good to get rid of the back row, so you can auto carry your opponent easier. And then of course now the only Lunalight Pendulum monster that is legal is triple Lunalight Wolf, which is basically Miracle Fusion, continuous Miracle Fusion for the deck. That's definitely really amazing for your combos. You can summon out multiple Leo Dancers and stuff like that. Now let's see the spells and the one trap. Of course I use triple polymerization. Pretty obvious, so you can search it out with like Black Sheep and stuff like that. You definitely need this card for this deck. Then of course you use that one Lunalight Fusion, which is definitely pretty good. Works similar to Shuttle Fusion, except for the fact you can only use one fusion material from the X deck. It's definitely really good for sure. Then I run triple Lunalight Perfume, which is an extender as well as a searcher, which is definitely really amazing for this deck for sure. Obviously you have to keep in mind that it's not a Lunalight card, it's Luna Space Light card, which means it can't search it out with Yellow Marten, so you definitely have to keep that in mind for sure. Then of course use that one Monster Reborn. It's another extender for the deck. Then of course use triple Fire Formation Tenki. Obviously all of your Lunalights are Beast Warriors, so it's really good to search them out. Then I use triple Lure of Darkness. Of course pretty obvious as well, because all of them are dark attribute pretty much, at least most of them. Then I use triple Foolish Boreal Goods, because this card works very well with cards like Lunalight Serenade Dance and Lunalight Perfume, so I can use their graveyard effects. So I think it's pretty good for a deck. And then the last card in the main deck is one Lunalight Serenade Dance. Mostly it's used for its graveyard effect, you can banish it, then you can send any card from the hand to the graveyard. And you can spell some Lunalight monsters from the deck, so that's definitely really good to summon out like a Blue Cat from the deck, for example, to auto your opponent easier, or something else you might need. Now let's see the X deck. So of course first I use the main boss monster in the deck, and the main monster you want to summon out every duel and auto your opponent is Lunalight Leo Dancer. Yeah, right now all of them are commons in the deck currently. I definitely want some get some holo copies in the future. So basically the cards are Lunalight Panther Dancer and two other Lunalight monsters. So obviously with cards like Kaleochic, you can just copy the name or send Dancer to the graveyard with Kaleochic and Lunalight Fusion. And then you can use cards like Lunalight Wolf to use those materials from the graveyard as well to summon this card. So it's not very hard to summon in this deck at all. So what it does, it's basically your opponent cannot target this card with card effects, and also your opponent can destroy this card with card effects as well. So it's pretty much immune to most cards. And also this card can make a second effect in each battle phase, and also once per turn at the end of damage step, if you attack the monster, you can destroy all of the special monsters your opponent controls. So you can get rid of your opponent's whole field after you attacked with this card, and then the field is clear for your second attack, which probably is going to end the game. In a lot of cases you can summon multiples of this card as well. So, and of course in combination of with Blue Cat, you can auto-K with this card very easily. Then some other Lunalight Fusion monsters, of course triple Lunalight Panther Dancer. Of course most of the time you're not going to summon it, because most of the time you can send it to graveyard with something like Kaleochic or Lunalight Fusion. But if you want to summon it, then it's definitely an option if you can't summon like anything else for some reason. Then I use two Lunalight Cat Dancer. Another fusion monster you're probably not going to summon it very often, but it's definitely there as an option, because it's a fusion monster you can use it easily summon. You can also use it in combination with cards like Preapan Takosapelia first turn, if you have to go first. Then I use one Lunalight Saber Dancer. It's kind of a weird one. It requires 3 Lunalight monsters, and this card cannot be targeted by card effects, which is definitely really good. And also you can banish it for your Lunalight your fusion monster to gain 3 on attack. So that's definitely can be really good in some situations. Then I use one Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, which can be pretty useful in some situations, because it just requires 2 dark monsters on the field. So yeah, Then I use one Prevalent Dragostapelia as well, because obviously it's such the cards the Fusion Monster and any Dark Monster. So if you have to go first, this card can be very useful sometimes. Then some rank 4 Xyz monsters, which can be very good going second. Get rid of your opponent's cards. So first I use one Tornado Dragon to get rid of my opponent's back row, or bait out some negations. Then one Costel, of course, the Skyblast Musketeer. Just get rid of any of my opponent's face-up cards, and also the bait out negation pretty much. And then one use Exodonite, just get rid of my opponent's field if they have more cards. Definitely really amazing. And then the only Link monster I use in this deck right now is one Pentastar, because obviously any monster linked to it gains ability to do piercing damage, so it's extremely good in combination with Leo Dancer, so that's definitely really good for this deck. So this was my update Lunalight deck profile. So it's definitely a very simple deck. You just need to attack your opponent. I don't use any other going second cards in this deck, because on its own it can already play through a lot of disruptions. But of course, if you want, you can add Kaijus and Nibiru's and stuff like that if you want to. So I hope you enjoyed this real life deck profile. For now, goodbye and Khaos out.